excuse me, please. Oh, excuse me. Thank you.
What'd you get?
Popcorn.
But I gave you $10.
Well, that's all I could get.
Seriously? There was a time when you could get a lot more for $10.
Well, money doesn't get you as much as it used to anymore.
I wonder why that is.
Movie's about to begin.
In the 1920s, the price of a movie ticket was a quarter, and a glass of a certain famous soda only cost a nickel. Today, that same movie ticket will set you back $20, and that soda, $2 to $3, maybe even more. Many simple things cost much more today than they did in the past. What's happening isn't so much that the movie ticket or soda is more valuable, but it's actually the value of your money that has decreased over time. This happens when there's an increase in the supply of money, which can lead to too much money chasing too few goods. This is called inflation, and it reduces the purchasing power of your money.
But if there's more money, I should be able to buy more, right?
Not necessarily. If the amount or supply of goods in the economy remains the same and the consumers have more money to spend, this leads to more demand than there is supply. Prices will rise as a result since there are fewer goods to go around.
That's why popcorn is $10 and gas is soaring?
When looking at price increases, it's important to distinguish between non-monetary and monetary inflation. Non-monetary inflation is when external events cause prices to rise. For example, a hurricane hitting the Gulf of Mexico, which interrupts fuel production, leading to less supply and a spike in gas prices. Over time, however, the prices eventually settle back down when normal supply resumes. This kind of inflation is only temporary. Monetary inflation, on the other hand, is when money itself loses value. This generally happens when government policies increase the money supply, often to fund new projects, war costs, or other agendas. But more money in circulation leads to inflated prices, so the currency you hold is worth less. Prices tend to fluctuate a bit year to year, but when you zoom out, you'll notice the drastic difference in money's value over time.
That's crazy. What happened?
Can you just watch, please?
Inflation has a long history, but one key event was when America left the gold standard in 1971. On this standard, each US dollar was represented by a physical amount of gold held by the government. This limited the government's ability to increase the money supply, since doing so would decrease what gold could be exchanged for the dollars. Once America left this standard, the government could essentially increase the money supply as much as they wanted. This has increased inflationary pressure on goods and led to the rise of prices over time. What we have now is called fiat money, money not backed by a physical commodity.
So to fix inflation, shouldn't we print less money?
Well, the government's solution to these inflationary issues is often to print more money and push high-spending policies.
Stop, don't do it.
They always do this.
Take government subsidies, which are a form of money given to certain industries or to people by the government. For example, when the government gives car companies money to produce more electric vehicles, this creates more competition for parts, including components and batteries. This competition includes other companies that also need batteries, since many of the same materials and parts that go into the batteries for electric vehicles also go into other products like computers, cell phones, and gas-powered cars. This increases overall demand, leading once again to too much money chasing the same or fewer goods, which causes prices to inflate. Every consumer is affected by this, even if they're not buying any of those products.
How are we going to get out of this?
Don't worry, there is a way out for you. 1. Ask for assets. A new pair of jeans or new phone may be at the top of your wish list, but those products will only lose value. Think about items that won't lose value, like gold and silver, and consider asking a parent or guardian to help you get assets that will have lasting value and will help you build your wealth. 2. Be budget-minded. Make sure you pad your budget to account for fluctuations in the prices for everyday needs. And be sure that every dollar is working for you, earning interest or dividends, not just sitting around doing nothing. 3. Educate yourself. Make sure you understand the government policies that cause inflation and the trade-offs that come with them. Many policies sound good, like minimum wage or price controls, but in reality, they only make inflation worse. As a consumer, you want to make sure you're always maximizing the purchasing power of your hard-earned money. Inflation will only decrease the value of your money by making everything more expensive. Be wise with your money and make sure you're investing in assets that will protect your future.
That was a scary movie, man. Hey, what are you doing?
Looking up where to buy some gold.
Watch more at PragerUkids.com. And parents, don't forget to subscribe.